Owen, a very important 3 points here tonight. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, you're right, it was a very important 3 points for the football club, for the fans that have come out and supported us again. The support was outstanding again tonight, and of course at times it was a bit nervous, a bit of an edgy game, particularly first half. But second half, I've seen a lot of moments and we looked like ourselves, our passing movements. I mean, we got to the byline, must be 10, 12 times, and maybe a better cut back, maybe more people committing and getting in at the right time on the end of it. But some of the players wonderful, scored a great goal, could have added to it. I mean, Jake Davis I thought was terrific when he came on at half time. Last one off the inside the post, you think it's going in. Some of our play, second half was more like us. Still not back to certainly the levels we crave and what we know we're about, but there was flashes there that I seen, and bits and wasn't fully deserving the 3 points. It was a tough game. Hamilton are fighting for their lives and they showed that. But I don't think anybody would come away from the game wouldn't think that Queen's Park deserved the 3 points. We certainly did, and it was a huge 3 points for a number of reasons. So obviously we'd have been on that bad run that we didn't like, and if I'm honest, certainly the second half at Partick Thistle was nowhere near acceptable, as we know, for what our standards are. Wraith Rovers, I don't think we played particularly well, but equally missed a penalty 1-0, could have went on to take something for the game. Arbroath, we felt we should have won here. So the Partick Thistle was the one that hurt, so we had to show a bit of character, and that's what I liked tonight. I liked the desire, the temperament, and that, that never say die, that we weren't going to give anything up after scoring a very good goal and could have added to it. And that's the bit, you want to get that elusive second goal, puts the game to bed. And while it's won, of course, it's going to be fraught with nerves and danger, but we stood up to that and fully deserving of the 3 points.
You mentioned that we did stand up to it with Cal Ferry on a couple of occasions to thank for big saves at the other end.
Yeah, I think he had a very good save at the start of the second half on a counter-attack, and that's what Hamilton did. I mean, they brought everybody back behind the ball, and then they were looking to spring quickly if we had a misplaced pass, and all credit to them. And they're going to, they will cause teams problems with the games to go because they're fighting for their lives. All we can do is focus on ourselves, but it's a massive 3 points for a number of reasons. Obviously Dundee are huge favourites for the league, but it puts the pressure back on them. But against, obviously they've got a tough game against Morton, as we all have now. So when all said and done, what we have to, if it's Dundee is going to be the target team, and they should be, because obviously they look big favourites, we have to make sure that best we can we are trying to be 2 points behind them coming into the last game of the season, because obviously there's a goal differential now with them. But if we can be 2 points in the last game of the season, then what an unbelievable game that would be here. We have to take it one game at a time and gather the points for our own. But today helps us in many fronts, and it's probably shows you how far we've come when nobody gives us a chance at the start of the season. But bit by bit we're here on merit. We've obviously had that 2 weeks. It was a horrible 2 weeks for everyone, I can assure you. But we've bounced back tonight. We've showed real character, and that's going to be important for the last 3 games, league games. And we have to now accumulate as many points as we can in those 3 games. But realistically, I think it's common sense to say that if you think Dundee is going to be the team to beat, then you would have to be 2 points behind them getting into the last game of the season.
I know you've spoken in recent weeks about the entire squad being ready to step in when they're called upon. We saw that tonight, Alex Bannon coming in after a long spell out, and the substitutes that you brought on as well having a real impact as well.
Absolutely. I mean, Scott Wilson came in, I thought he was terrific. Young Aaron Healy, it was nice to see Lewis Moore after. I mean, that boy's had a horrendous time in the last year or so with injuries, but even to come on for the last couple of minutes there was great. So I think what pleased me was the impact of the subs tonight. Jake Davison was outstanding, coming in at half time. So that's going to be important, as you mentioned, in those last the remaining games to come. But it was important for everybody that we got that lift tonight. We bounced back, we showed character, because when you're on those runs, football can be very unforgiving, but we showed a lot of nice qualities tonight. And what we've done, and we've given Queen's Park, is nobody gave us a chance at the start of the season, but we're in there on merit. And what we have to do is now is look to improve the overall performance, because we've shown even there, I think maybe we're at 60-70% of our capacity tonight in terms of how we pass the ball, because that's what our game's based on. If we can start lifting that again, then there's certainly more points to come before the end of the season.
It feels like a while since we've been able to say it, but nice to be able to put the points on the board on a Friday night and sit back and watch the other games on a Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these Friday nights they seem to come to us quite a lot. So of course, then your training schedules are altered and different things. But listen, we tweaked it a little bit this week. We did something a wee bit different, and that certainly worked. Whether that helped us to be a little bit of freshness, because we looked second half some really good passages of play. That's what we need to build on, and we'll look to kick on and go on from there, and hopefully, as I say, put a smile on those fans' faces, because they came out their numbers again tonight. So to every one of them, thank you, keep supporting. We'll do everything we can to give you a team that you come and you enjoy watching. Because when we pass and move it well, we're certainly pleasing in the eye. I think there was a wee bit nervous, if I'm honest, in the first half, some misplaced passes. We'll have to get back to being fluent. And our flair players at the top end of the pitch, still not back to the best, but I thought they showed flashes tonight. And if we can get them firing all cylinders, your Grant Savory's, your Dom Thomas's in, and then we'll get good service. Connor Shields, I thought Scott Wilson did very well. Connor Shields did very well then behind him. Certainly gives us some food for thought there as well. So delighted with the application, obviously the 3 points, and for the fans to put a smile on their face. Absolutely thrilled.
Thanks, Owen.